First pitch. Is it deep? And it is gone! And Kara Lansbury with her second home run of the game! Makes his first! He's only one away! Here's Gorsuch. To Burma. To Gorsuch! And that's 1,000 for Rowan Gorsuch! A shot by to beat the buzzer. That was Colbert. Not sure which one. Hey, what's up, viewers? Patrick from Williamsburg Blue Pirate Games Galore here, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I will be previewing our District 6 games for our varsity girls and varsity boys. But before we get to that, let me talk about the 7th and 8th grade tournament. So yesterday, if you didn't see the video, we played Penn Cambria and lost 36-4. Well, we played somebody this evening, and we also lost, like 45-16. So that was the 7th and 8th grade tournament up at Central. And now we're going to get into our girls. We're going to start with our junior high girls. So they are coming off of a 63-32 victory over Juniata Valley after a really bad game against Berlin Brothers Valley in the ICC championship game. So they will be taking on St. Joseph on Saturday at 6 p.m. at Bald Eagle. So let's preview this game. So this is only going to be the second time that the Lady Pirates will be, I think it's the second. Yes, it is the second time that our Lady Pirates are taking on St. Joseph. If you remember the last time that we played them, it was in the regular season. St. Joseph was 18-0, and we gave them their first loss. It was a final of 67-41, and Levada Gorsuch had a really good game. She was dealing with a sickness, and she was able to come into the game and play really good. I don't remember the points, but I know she did really good. So, for this game this time around, I know it was not easy beating St. Joseph, and I can definitely tell you, viewers, that it will definitely not be easy playing St. Joseph. Although they're 18 and... Let me look at the record. I think they might be 19-1. So although they have one loss in the loss column, I think there's still going to be a challenge for us. And this particular game, we're looking to go 2-1 against teams at Bald Eagle. If you viewers remembered, back in 2022, our season ended at Bald Eagle with a loss to a Christian team. I'm not sure what team it was. And then last year, we took on DuBois Central Catholic, and we won in overtime, 48-45. So we're looking to go 2-1 at Bald Eagle. So even though St. Joseph is a good team, they still have good players, and although they still have more wins than losses, I still think it'll be a challenge, but I think we'll be able to succeed against St. Joseph. So I'm going to say that is a win. So, as for the boys, they're coming off of a really good game against Black Lake Valley. It was, I believe, 55-46. And it was a struggle the first two quarters of the game, from what I noticed from Jill's live stream. We struggled during the first two quarters. We had a lead, and then we blew the lead, and we were able to take the lead in the third quarter, and then the rest went our way, and we wanted to get the win 45-46. So the next team that we will be playing is against Bishop McCourt, who got a a victory over Juniata Valley. If you viewers remember last year, the first playoff game last year was against Juniata Valley in Huntington. This game last night was also in Huntington. And Juniata Valley was able to beat us. And there was a really bad moment near the end of the game that really costed us. And that ended our season. Well, this time around, Bishop McCourt was able to take down Juniata Valley. So we will be playing them. So I don't really know about Bishop McCourt, but I can tell you this, that based on the final score, Bishop McCourt is definitely a really good offensive team and a really good defensive team. And we also have a really good offensive team and also a really good defensive team. So I think the key to the game, the key to victory on Friday, we'll be playing them at home. I would say the key to victory here will be we need to play some good defense. We need to make sure that we really need to make sure our passes are clean. One thing I noticed yesterday, and I think I might have noticed this the whole season, we're taking very huge risk when we're passing. We're throwing it and stuff, and some of those throws have been intercepted by the opposing team. So I'm going to tell you that what we need to do for Friday's game is we need to make sure that our passes are clean, that we're not throwing it. And if we're going to throw it, we might want to look before we throw it, so that way we know that there is a teammate that is going to be able to make that important catch and then is able to continue the passing process till they make it up to the hoop and they can go for a shot. Which, speaking of that, one of our biggest struggles, and I don't know if the players would consider it a struggle, but I definitely consider this a struggle, is that we're just waiting. We're not taking opportunities. I don't know how many times yesterday that when we're on offense, I can't tell you how many chances we could have taken for three and we didn't even take it. We need to go for more threes. I'm not saying that if we go for more threes that we're going to be a better team. I'm just saying we need to make sure that we're taking our opportunities, because it's not like our threes opportunities are going to pop up every time. But what we need to make sure we're doing is when we're on offense, we need to make sure that we're taking those three opportunities and making sure that if we have the ball and we're within, I don't know if I want to say like 3-5 feet from the hoop, as long as we're outside of that free throw zone, I would say go for three. But if it's like half court and that clock's ticking, don't heave it. But if we're beside the free throw zone, if we're behind that, if it's passed and you get the ball, I would say go for three. So we need to definitely go for more threes. I'm not saying that our twos are really hurting us as a team. I'm just saying that we need to take more we need to start using our opportunities more, because these threes are not going to be here forever. So I would say the key to victory is play good offense, make sure our passes are clean, make sure we're not taking huge risk like throwing it until we're able to see if there's an open player and that we know that the pass is not going to get intercepted. So I'm going to say that's our key to the game. Now, I will tell you that Bishop McCourt is a really good team. I did watch a little bit of that game against Juniata Valley last night. It's going to be a hard matchup, but I do think that since we have Rowan Gorsuch and Jesse Broomall and Logan Brantner and Ethan Refner that can go for threes and that can hit threes, I think we're going to get the victory. So I'm going to say it's a win over Bishop McCourt. So that puts us in the District 6 championship game. This is just a prediction. So if you viewers have seen the highlight reel plays of the game, I'm going to continue that on Friday for the Bishop McCourt game and Saturday for the St. Joseph game at Bald Eagle. So that's basketball. Now moving on to baseball. First of all, really big news this morning. So head coach Jerry Lauer and assistant coach Mike Reffner, they both coach junior high. They've resigned. I know the school board has voted, but I don't know 100% what they voted. But basically, what I think the reason for why Jerry Lauer and Mike Reffner decided to resign from the position of junior high coach, and I was thinking about this earlier. So, Ethan Reffner and William Lauer, I think they're both in 9th grade. And so since all the 9th graders are moving up, if you ever saw the video, I'm not sure which one, where I mentioned about the 9th graders moving up for baseball, that's the reason. So since Ethan Reffner and William Lauer are in 9th grade, I think that's the reason why that Jerry Lauer and Mike Reffner resigned from the junior high position. Now, as for who might be taking that position, assistant coach, I'm not sure. I have heard from a parent of one of the junior high players. I've heard possibly the preacher at Grace Point might be a possible head coach, but that's just based on what I've heard. So then Jerry Lauer and Mike Reffner, they are going to, they basically want to be volunteers for the varsity team since Ethan Reffner and William Lauer are going to be on the team this year. So that's going to be something to watch for. Now, like I said, they did a vote. They were supposed to do a vote around 8:35 this evening. I have not heard anything about that. So that's something that, even though they did the vote, that's up in the air. They're probably not going to share it publicly, although that's something that should be worth doing. So that's the news there. Now, if you viewers are wondering how that's going to affect varsity baseball, I don't think it's going to affect varsity baseball that much. These are just my thoughts. I don't think it's going to affect it too much. I think we're going to still have our lineup of head coach Jerry Palmer, assistant coach Michael Farrell, and then Dooner and Lambert Palmer. I think we're going to still have that team, our usual team like last year, our coaching staff. I don't think it's going to affect varsity baseball too much coaching-wise. So those are my thoughts there. But who knows, it might change. So as for baseball, this just in. So the baseball boosters, they had a meeting at school today, and the schedule has been released. So let me share the schedule with you. So all games will be happening at 4:30, and I will make sure to attend as many of these road games as possible. I will attend all of the home games. So the first game is on Thursday, March 21st, and that is a road game against Most Shannon Valley. And then the very next day, on the 22nd, it is a home game against Ferndale. So let me share a little bit about what happened last year with these two teams. So if you viewers remembered, we played Most Shannon Valley last year at home. We got a 8-7 win after a Parker Crownover walk-off base hit. And then with Ferndale, we played them on the road. We got a 3-0 shutout win against them. So Most Shannon Valley's on the road, and then Ferndale's at home. That's 21st and 22nd of March. And then the 26th, we have another road game. This time it's against West Branch. If you viewers remembered last year's home game against West Branch, we thought we won with a Preston Long walk-off home run, but then 3 hours later, and especially the next day, it was found out that Luke Upplinger was an illegal pitcher, and we lost the game 7-0 by forfeit. So we'll have them on the road. And then on March 27th, that's the very next day after the 26th, we will be at home taking on North Star. I know we played North Star in football as part of Juniata Valley, so it'll definitely be interesting to see what North Star will look like as a team. And then on the 4th, we will have a home game against Glendale. This is April 4th. If you remembered last year when we played Glendale at home, Logan Brantner and Parker Crownover both had solo homers, but we lost the game 14-9, and it was bad on both sides of the ball, both on offense and defense for us. So we'll see if we can get a win against them. And then on the 8th, we take on Bellwood, also at home. That's April 8th. If you remember last year, we lost to them 11-2. Rowan Gorsuch balked. And then on April 9th, we will take on Kerwinsville. If you remembered last year when we played Kerwinsville, Cadence Hughes had a very successful bunt. That was the first one. That's what set up all of the Culver bunts that occurred the rest of the season. And we got the win, I believe it was 8-5 against Kerwinsville. We also had a very successful rundown out against Kerwinsville. So it'll be interesting to see how we will do against Kerwinsville. And then on April 11th, we will be taking on Claysburg. Now, Claysburg was originally our rival when we played football. Us and Claysburg were rivals back when we still had a football team. So it'll be interesting to see how we will do against Claysburg. That is a road game on April 11th. And then on April 15th, we will be taking on Southern Huntington at home. This is another team that we've played in basketball. I'm sure we've played them in football when we were still the Blue Pirates. So we'll see what happens against them. And then speaking of rivals, April 16th, mark your calendars. It is the big rivalry against Juniata Valley, and it is on the road. So if you remembered last year, when we played Juniata Valley at home, we won it 7-1. Colton Wagner had a really nice RBI, and it was a really good game. It was also one of the coldest games of the season. It was like 40-some degrees at home, so it'll be interesting to see how we will do against Juniata Valley. And then on April 19th, JV is a road game, by the way. April 19th is another road game, this time against Mounts Union. If you remember when we played Mounts Union at home last year, Sam Parks balked. That was our first game of the season. Sam Parks balked. Jerry had to talk to him. And then Alex Branner had the only RBI. No, it wasn't a single. It was an RBI out by Alex Brantner. We lost 18-1. So it'll be interesting to see how we will bounce back. And then, so that's April 19th. April 23rd is a home game against Moshannon Valley. If you remember, we played Moshannon Valley at home, like I mentioned. We got the win by Parker Crownover walk-off, base hit, 8-7. That's at home. Then April 25th, we will play Southern Huntington on the road. And then on April 30th, we will be playing against West Branch at home. So once again, if you remember the West Branch game, we thought we won with the Preston Long walk-off home run, but the next day it was found out that Luke was an illegal pitcher, and we lost 7-0 by forfeit. So it'll be interesting to see how we will do against them at home after what happened last year. And then some exciting news for people that enjoyed the curve game back in 2022. when it was Williamsburg and Juniata Valley. May 2nd and May 3rd will be the Curve Classic at People's Natural Gas Field in Altoona. Now, times have not been announced yet. It'll probably be a 4:30 game. 4 or 4:30 game. So stay tuned here on Williamsburg Blue Pirate Games Galore on YouTube and on Facebook for information as I find out. So that'll be happening. And then May 4th will be a possible Curve Classic Championship game. That's a road game. And then on May 7th, we will have a road game against Kerwinsville. I don't remember how we did against Kerwinsville. I think we might have lost to them. We might have beat them also. I can't remember specifically. But we played them on May 7th on the road. And then May 9th, our rivals, Juniata Valley, will come into town on May 9th. That's a home game. And then the season ends on May 10th on the road against Glendale. So that's the schedule for the 2024 varsity baseball season. So hopefully Jerry Palmer will still be coaching, or maybe we have a change. Stay tuned on Facebook and also here on YouTube as I look to try to figure that out. But that's the baseball schedule for the season. So that'll do it for this video where I previewed the District 6 games between our Lady Pirates and St. Joseph on Saturday at Bald Eagle, and then our boys game on Friday against Bishop McCourt. And then I talked a little bit about the big news about some coaches resigning, and then I also talked about the baseball schedule. So I hope you viewers enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you like these kinds of videos, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when a new video is up on the channel. And if you know of any Pirate fans that like these kinds of videos, be sure to share them. And that will do it. Thank you, viewers, for watching. And until the next video, this is Patrick from Williamsburg Blue Pirate Games Galore, signing off.